As I have my microphone muted. That's amazing. Hi, welcome back. Which I may need to go in a second because diabetes. Oh fuck. But hi, welcome back. Today we're back with some nice chillaxing, just regular old chillaxing. Well, not just chillaxing, we're going to be playing a dating simulator. Anyways, welcome back to Joe Starstruck, where today we are going to go through Jotaro's route, hopefully. I looked through a little on how to do his route, like only like a few minutes worth, because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look at it real fast. No, I'm gonna quickly mute that for you guys. So if I just skim through this video, talk to Joseph, where do you sit? I think you sit at front. Okay. I'm just skimming through the beginning. Okay. So, oh, I should probably show my screen. We're gonna start. It's the third. It didn't say my save, did it? No, it did. Okay. So we're gonna go back to here. If you guys wanna see the beginning, go back to Joseph's route, which I'm pretty sure I got the sad ending for Joseph's route. I would have to look into it. But I'm gonna redo Joseph's route on my own. Well, maybe on my own, maybe I'll do it again. Because I feel like I got a sad ending for Joseph's route. So yeah. Everyone looked at us when we entered the room, as to be expected. The teacher, Mr. Jonathan, stops writing on the board and gives us both a sunny smile. There you are. I was starting to wonder if you two had gotten lost. He looks at me and smiles brighter. Wow, if he keeps this up, I'm gonna go blind. You must be Shizuki. Nice to meet you. Also, my character's name is Shizuki. You know what? We're gonna be nice and jolly this time. It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Jonathan. What a positive attitude. I appreciate that. Did Josuke give you a good tour? I hope he wasn't too troublesome. We only did a handful of petty crimes, nothing federal. Rest assured. Josuke shakes his head as Josuke laughs before heading towards his seat. Would you like to introduce yourself to the class, Shizuki? I very much would not like to do that, but it's a rhetorical question. I turn to the class. We're gonna be awkward again. So, I'm Shizuki. Okay, so far so good. I'm excited to be part of your class. Okay, the final statement. I got this. And, I guess that's it. The class looked overwhelmed by my introduction, but I guess it's to be expected. Just gives me a small thumbs up anyways. Thank you for that introduction, Suzuki. Jonathan claps his hand together. We've got a few seats available. Choose whichever one you want. Sorry, Josuke. We're sitting at the front. There's an empty seat right at the front of the chalkboard. I plop my bag down and slide into the chair. The teacher seems delighted by my choice. All right, class, let's dive in. The class here seems extremely like my old. The class here seems exactly like my old school. The curriculum is the same, and I've actually heard the exact same lesson that Jonathan's giving right now. At this pace, it'll be another few days before he catches up to the material for my old class. That just means I could chill for the next week at school, which is more than fine by me. Usually in that situation like this, I would take opportunity to daydream and think about I'm going to do after school. But being in this Being in the front of the class makes that a little hard. Besides, Jonathan is a lot of fun to watch. It's clear he loves his job. He talks animatedly, often using his hands to explain, put emphasis on his words. I can't see the rest of the class from my seat, but I don't hear any of the unusual whispering and nonsense that usually accompanies a lengthy lesson. Kids even raise their hands to ask questions, which Jonathan happily elaborates and explains. It seems that even delinquents aren't immune to Jonathan's passion and charisma. I wonder why he chose to teach at the school. I mean, he's obviously young, but surely with this seemingly natural skill at the job, he could have gotten a job anywhere he wanted. I could easily picture him giving the same lecture at a high-end private academy. Maybe he was one of those bleeding heart types that wanted to reform the troubled youth. Yeah, I can believe that. Lunch already? Jonathan looks at his clock. Time certainly does fly. I'll see you all in 30 minutes. The class waits for Jonathan's dismissal to get up. It's clear that he really respects the man. I get up too, uncertain of what to do. Lunch on the first day of school is always so stressful. Maybe Jessica will let me sit with him? Talk with Mr. Jonathan. I decided it's a safe bet to get friendly with Mr. Jonathan. He seems nice, and being on good terms with the teachers is always a smart move. I pretend to ruffle through my bag as the chattering students slowly filter out of the room. Hey, Suzuki, want to grab a bite with us? I actually have a few things I need to discuss with Mr. Jonathan. Jessica shrugs it off with a smile. Hi, Noriaki! Okay. Sure thing. See you around, Suzuki. I briefly debate changing my mind to following them, but I'm actually really interested in talking to Jonathan. The classroom clears out, and I'm left alone with the hulking gentle giant who's preoccupied with sorting papers at his desk. I'm not sure he realizes I'm still here. Mr. Jonathan? Oh, Shizuki, you're still here? I hope you aren't planning on skipping lunch. It's important to fuel your body and mind. I could say the same thing to you. Fair point, but I do have something for lunch. He goes to his desk and opens his drawer. He goes around his desk and opens his drawer. After a little bit of rummaging, he pulls out a granola bar victoriously. A meal for champions, he laughs. A champion who has a lot of papers to grade. I usually have a bigger lunch, but I've been so busy lately. He pats his stomach good-naturedly. I guess it's for the best. I always feel lazy after a big meal. I practically fall asleep on my feet while trying to teach up for lunch. The thought of a full, drowsy Mr. Jonathan was unbearably adorable. Here, he tosses me a granola bar lightly, and I catch it. He reaches back in his desk and pulls out another one before tearing the wrapper and taking a big, crunchy bite. He looks at me expectantly, so I take a bite too. Mr. Jonathan smiles at me happily. Are you enjoying the school so far? I swallow my mouthful to answer. It's not too bad. I'm sure it's not what you're used to, but rest assured, what the hell? Gayun... I'm asking Siri. Well, I'm not asking Siri. I'm putting in Google Translate. No, it's... N-I-Q-U. Gyuniku. Gyuniku's reputation is all bark and no bite. We're just like any other school. Our students are just a little more colorful. He takes another big bite and I do the same. We chew and swallow. Jonathan leans against his desk. I'm glad you got a little attitude about the school. You have to have a good balance of guts and open-mindedness to adjust to the new settings. Was that a complaint? Was that a compliment? For some reason, it makes me feel a little warm. I take another crunchy bite of my granola bar so I don't have to flounder with a response. Jonathan pops the rest of the rest in his mouth and wipes his hands on his pants. I've got to get some of these tests graded, but you're welcome to stay if you like. I'm not in much terms of good company, I don't want to bother, but it seems kind of spending. But the thought of spending the rest of my time with the rest of my lunchtime with Jonathan seems like a nice thought. Should I stay or should I go? Let's stay. I'm not good company either, but if you really don't mind, I think I'll stay here. Mr. Jonathan seems generally appreciated by my answer. I don't mind in the slightest. He takes a seat at his desk and grabs a pen. I sit down at my desk and pull out a book. It's very quiet in the room, interrupted by the sound of a turning page or the absent-minded clicking of Jonathan's pen in Jonathan's hand. At first I was a little self-conscious, but as the minutes ticked by, I slowly lost myself in my book and the occasional sounds of Jonathan's writing. We both jumped, looking sheepishly at each other. Jonathan stands and straightens his shirt absently as he makes his way in front of the classroom again. I have to say, Shizuki, I don't appreciate being lied to, but he gives me a wink. You're absolutely wonderful company. Oh, okay. I can feel my cheeks sprinkle with how fast they were heating up. Pringle? Did that say Pringle? Prinkle. Okay. I'm trying to formulate a suave reply, but the door slides open and students start pouring in, saving me from an irreversible verbal blunder. This is what I get for playing with earbuds. Mr. Jonathan had been mid-sentence as the bell peals through the classroom. He cuts himself off, looking a little baffled at the time. That the time has flown by once again. It looks like that's all the time we have today. Everyone gets up and starts filling the room in pairs and groups. I grab my own bag and stand. Shizuki, do you mind staying back for a minute or two? I feel some eyes on me as my fellow students look down. So I look down as I give a nod. Sure. I hang back as the class filters out. When the last student leaves, I'm completely alone with Mr. Jonathan. I can't help but notice how freaking big he is. He could break me like a damn toothpick if he wanted to. But when he smiles like that, I can't imagine him hurting a fly. How was your first day? Is this really what he wanted to talk to me about? Huh, that's kind of sweet. Okay, so I liked it. I think I could get used to it. School. I think I could get used to it. It could take a bit of time, but you seem like you'll find your place here in no time. I believe in you. God, this guy radiates positive energy. How does he do it? Is that what you wanted to talk to me about, Mr. Jonathan? Partially. He goes to his desk and grabs a neatly stapled packet of papers. You live close to one of your fellow classmates. He holds up the papers to me. He didn't come to class today, so I thought you could drop these off on your way home. It would be great for you to meet the last of our little class. I take the packet from him and I look over the first page. It was the stuff we went over in class today. There's a sticky note at the top with an address written in clean, bold handwriting. Sure, that shouldn't be a problem. He smiles at me. Thank you, Shizuki. He leans forward a bit. And thank you for joining our class. I know it's a bit different at Gienku Academy, but I know you'll do great in it. I incline my head in respect, since I don't trust myself to say something stupid, and politely. I'm not even gonna try. I'm tired. I think I blushed more today than I have in my whole life, all because of Mr. Jonathan. With the packet of homework Mr. Jonathan gave me, I followed the directions to Jotaro's house. He lives on the same street as me, so this shouldn't take long. As I look for the house number scribbled on the post-it, my gut clutches with anxiety. What I heard about this Jotaro comes to mind and gulp. And I gulp. Jesus. He can't be bad. I'm sure what I told was just an exaggeration or something. Sure, he seems to have a reputation at the school made for delinquent pugs, but how bad can it be? I go to that school and it's not like I found it. It's only a handful of houses away from mine. I double check the number of the house number to make sure it's correct before stepping up to the front door. Letting out a deep breath, I press the doorbell. It's quiet. I can't hear any footsteps from the inside, or at least a voice reassuring me someone is on their way to answer. I ring the doorbell again. It's still quiet. Maybe nobody's home. I lean back to check the driveway. But as I do, the door clicks as if it's being unlocked. I quickly stand up straight to greet whoever answered, to find myself face to face with the broadest mug I've ever seen. What's up, Jew? My words fail me. Is this Jotaro? This tall beefy mofo that's staring at me as if I'm hoping to elaborate where I stand. My mouth opens to speak, but I don't know where to begin. Hey, handsome, feeling lonely in this big old house? Oh god, I can't choose that. It's Jotaro, and we're doing his route. Good evening, I'm your new classmate. My name is Shizuki, and Mr. Jonathan asked me to drop these off for you since I only live down the street from here. I offer him the packet of schoolwork, keeping my eyes on the printed text. Jotaro doesn't say anything, and I gulp. I inch the homework forward a tiny bit, hoping he'd just take the damn thing. Before too much of an awkward moment passes, he grabs it. Thanks. I look up in time to catch him nod at me in appreciation. That's really all I need to do. I guess I can excuse myself and go home, but are you Jotaro, right? He looks back at me as if to conform. It's nice to meet you, Jotaro. I'll see. He shuts the door in my face without a word. Around. I scoff under my breath. Asshole. I mean, that's Jotaro's personality, but obviously you don't know that. But that only means my little task is done. I turn around to leave the property and head straight to my house to conclude for the day. Where the hell's the snooze button? Don't break it like you did in Joseph's route. There it is. God damn it. That sounds like me, honestly. I have an alarm for 6, and then I wake up at 7. Alright, I'm up. I sit up tiredly and look at my clock. The glowing numbers tell me it's still pretty early. I had it set with the intention of getting to school before everyone else, and maybe talking with Mr. Jonathan a little bit more. But now it's actually time to put effort into the idea. I'm not so sure. The snooze button is looking a little damn temptus. Get up! I lean forward and turn off the alarm before slumbering over. Ginku Academy, Day 2, start. Like I thought, the campus is a ghost town, not another soul in sight. I wonder if Jonathan is even here yet. I look at my watch. School doesn't start for another hour. That sounds like me in middle school. Okay, so story time. I used to go to school an hour early just so I can be on my phone in the school. Because at the middle school here, they don't allow phones, which I don't know why they don't allow phones, because it's distracting probably. But I don't know. It's just, who knows? Anyways, oh well, if he's not here, I'll take a nap at my desk to pass time. I'm not sure who jumps harder when I open the door, me or Mr. Jonathan, but he bolts up from his desk and paper scatter. Oh, Shizuki, good morning. Did I scare you? My bad. Jonathan scrambles to pick up his papers. He sets them on the desk in an untidy pile. He looks a little sleepish. I'm not used to students coming in so early. Actually, you're the first student to come in this early since I started teaching here. Delinquence and tardiness go hand in hand after all. I'm sorry if I was interrupting. Oh no, not at all. In all honesty, I might have dozed off just a little bit. Even Mr. Jonathan is seemingly endless. with his seemingly endless good cheer, has a hard time staying awake in the morning. Relatable. But anyways, is there a reason you're here so early? Did you need to talk to me about something? I haven't thought this bit through. Oh god. Okay, I thought I was on time, which that's just weird. It's like going into your an hour early. I thought I was on time. Who even says that? I want to spend some time with you. Oh, okay. Yesterday's mission. Jonathan blinks before breaking into a grin. Yesterday's mission, huh? With Jotaro? I give a salute. Yes, sir. I went well, as good as you expect, but I delivered the papers. That's great to hear. It's very considerate of you to come to school to come to school early and let me know. His eyes take on a knowing gleam. Is that all you wanted to tell me? That an hour is quite a lot of time for you to deliver a few sentences. My salute shivers and I drop my hand back to my side. Nope, that's all I wanted to say. I guess I got overeager and kind of highballed the time I should get here. That made Mr. Jonathan laugh. Well, at the very least, I appreciate your enthusiasm. We both got quiet. I shuffle my feet. What the hell am I supposed to do now? With my lack of words, it seems my stomach decides to step in with the end of science. Jonathan growls. Shizuki, did you skip breakfast? Maybe? Jonathan is just that dad. Like, he just acts like a dad in this. He puts his hands on his hips. And I know I'm in for a scolding. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You should always... Okay, I might have accidentally skipped breakfast too. The pot calling back to... What? The pot calling the kettle back. Oh god. Luckily for the both of us, I brought a little something. It was going to be my lunch, but hey, when in Rome, I reach in my bag to pull out an orange. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Oh, I think I may have more. I think I may have some more granola bars on my desk. I split the orange, and Mr. Jonathan finds a single granola bar. He breaks it in half and gives the larger portion to me. It didn't even say that, but whatever. He pulls up a desk next to me, and we sit together as we eat. It's not the most hearty breakfast, but it's nice sharing a ragtag meal together. Thank you for breakfast, Shizuki. Why did I choose a most difficult name? I mean, it's common. It's a common Japanese name. Excuse me. Back at you. He smiles, and I notice a bit of granola hanging off his face at the corner of his mouth. Oh boy, that's cute. We don't want to go Jonathan's route. Just tell him it's there. Mr. Jonathan, you got a little something? I motion over to the corner of my lips, and he blushes before wiping it over his mouth. Thank you, Shizuki. I can be a messy eater sometimes. No problem. The guy is a bit of a mess all around, sleeping at school, constantly playing catch-up with grading papers, and now, evidently, his eating habits. It kind of adds to his charm, though. Mr. Jonathan stands from the desk and scoots it back over in its proper place. I've got a bit of work to do before class starts. Yeah, of course. I'm going to get a little reading in. Jonathan settles at his desk as I pull out my book. Now, where did I leave off? Class yet again. As dull it should be to hear the same thing again. I finally got plenty to keep my mind occupied. I noticed the day before, but it still was enrapturing to watch Mr. Jonathan teach. The way he gesticulates with his hands, and the way his eyes light up with passion. He's definitely a standout kind of guy. I'd be lying if I say I wasn't a little moved by his tendency. He's got one hell of a Helluva? Whatever. Bright future in front of him. I just hope that these pugs don't break his spirit before then. I need to figure out what that says. I set up and turned off my alarm before stretching. Never I thought I'd see the day would come where I wake up so early with no fuss, but I've seemed to be doing it with no problem for the past month. It's been a month already? Huh. After a shower, I pack breakfast and head out to school. Good morning, Shizuki. Good morning, Mr. Jonathan. You got the goods? Mr. Jonathan looks around in mock paranoia. Depends. Do you have your end of the bargain? I pull a bento from my backpack and show him. Let's do the trade together. No funny business. Jonathan grabs something from his desk and hold it out slowly as I extend the breakfast. At this point, we can't hold back our smiles. 1, 2, 3. We switch our items and Jonathan laughs. He grabs his shirt collar and leans his mouth towards it, like he's talking to a smile. Man, you can't sit down. I repeat, stand down. I look at the book in my hands. Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz. I heard the author before, but not of the book. So is this your recommendation for this week? Jonathan popped the lid off the container and is looking happy as it contents. It's a series. I'll let you borrow it. I'll let you borrow the next one when you finish. We both take a seat and I pull out a matching bento. I've learned that Mr. Jonathan has an appetite as big as himself, so I don't mind having as much as his. Mr. Jonathan's eyes happy around a mouthful before swallowing. You're really spoiling me with breakfast every morning, Shizuki. What can I say? I really like cooking. Well, that's not entirely true. I only took up the hobby after finding out what a foodie Jonathan is. I'll be the first to admit what I put out isn't the most high quality cuisine, but I heard Jonathan hum happily as he wolfs down what I put in front of him is an amazing feeling. I tap the book with my finger. So, this book, what is it about? Jonathan covers his mouth politely as he chews and swallows. A young man caught in an extraordinary circumstances. What kind of circumstances? Extraordinary ones. Smartass. Jonathan winks. There's loads of supernatural elements that sweetens the pot. With a newfound interest, I look at the cover. You know my taste too well, Mr. Jonathan. It's the only way I know how to repay you for your delicious food. Our conversation is cut off by the door opens. Who could be at this hour? Don't even start for at least another 40 minutes. Jonathan bolts from his desk, nearly knocking his chair over. Oh, what do we have here? I don't know why Jonathan reacted so strongly by the man's presence. Is he in trouble? He gestures to me. The man comes over to our controlled breast and peers over our breakfast coldly. Eating mediocre food and chatting instead of working? Well, there, asshole. It might be mediocre, but you don't have to say it. My lesson plan is already done for the day, Dio. The man, Dio, arches an eyebrow. What about this next day's plan and this week's? And he reaches over and boops Jonathan on the nose with a manicured nail. It's Principal Brando during these hours. You know that. So this guy's the principal. What a snooty bastard. I hate Dio. He's not even my favorite villain. Jonathan rubs his nose a little as he's getting rid of this smudge dirt. Principal Brando. To what do I owe this pleasant surprise visit? The atmosphere in here is thick enough to cut with a knife, and a very dull knife. My hope of little morning meetings with Jonathan aren't going to get him in trouble. I was just stopping by to make sure he received my memo. A piercing gaze lands on me. I straighten up as I hope you two aren't doing anything inappropriate. Jonathan's gasps, obviously scandalized. Before he can say anything, though, Dio cuts him off. Not that I care either way. As long as your job isn't eclectic, you can flirt with your little heart out. My mouth. What is he in? Check your email, Jojo. He leaves Jonathan standing in the middle of the room, jaw slack-jawed. He blinks and covers his mouth, a blush ghosting his cheeks. I'm sorry about that. Principal Brando, I shake my head in shock. There's nothing to be sorry about. I guess I've kind of been impending on your mornings. You listen to me, Shizuki. You aren't impending at all. Spending my mornings with you has been wonderful. If anything, I've gotten to be a little bit selfish with it, expecting you to wake up early and come visit me. You're not selfish if you aren't telling me to do it. Besides, I'm doing it because I like spending time with you. The words leave my mouth before I can even think. Jonathan is shocked. I'm shocked. Wow, I can't believe that just came out. And I said that. And I can't believe I just came out and said that. I'm pretty sure my cheeks are glowing. I don't know why you like spending time with an old man like me, but I like spending time with you too, Shizuki. My mouth flaps like a fish out of water as I try to respond. I swallowed hard and tried to bypass the compliment with the subject change of somewhat. Old man? You don't seem that old to me. I might not be physically old, but I know my tastes are bit for dating a 23-year-old. Jonathan laughs. I know I can be a bit boring. We're only 5 foot. What the fuck? No. I don't think you're boring. Jonathan laughs. I promise I'm not fishing for sympathy. I know my life revolves around school and my students, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in my life. I'm happy. We both fall silent. I think it's time for me to change the subject again. So the principal, you guys seem pretty close. For some reason, Jonathan looks a little sad. I never considered us close as much as I like this to be. But yes, Principal Brando is my brother. Huh, would never guessed. With the hoity-toity way Dio acted around Jonathan, I can imagine them growing up together. Their personalities are so different. I'm sure there was a lot of friction between them in their youth. Speaking of Dio, I need to check that memo he sent. He takes a seat at his desk, and I start cleaning up my breakfast. He clicks his mouse and clacks on his keyboard. The desks are back in order, and our bentos are packed in my bag when Jonathan gives a gasp. What is it? He stands in front of his desk, grinning ear to ear. The memo isn't what I was expecting at all. It's clear he's excited. I have to admit, I'm starting to get excited too. Well, what's the news? Jonathan bounces on his heels and sucks in his lip. He's trying to hold his words in. Should I wait to tell you or make you find out what the other students... what a tease. He wants to tell me as much as I want to know. Tell me. Jonathan manages to keep his silence for all but a second. He lets out the secret out before he lets the secret out like a gust of breath. Class trip to the beach. I don't know what I was expecting, but even though it sounds fun, I don't think it's that surprising. Jonathan is obviously pumped about it, but I can't help but match his enthusiasm. Oh, wow, right? He laughs happily. This will be my first class trip with my students. They're going to be so excited. God, he's precious. I'm not really one for class trips, but any other circumstance I wouldn't go. I'm really looking forward to it. The door opens and 2 students walk in, looking groggy and ready for the day of learning. Jonathan and I smile at each other before we fall into our student-teacher roles again. Finally! Okay, we're at the beach now. The train ride was uneventful. It was a bus ride last time. The train ride was uneventful with Jonathan. We were going over general rules and stuff as students clad in their swimwear look out the windows and chatted with each other. I wanted to sit by Jonathan, but Jessica and Caesar had gotten to me first. I was a little annoyed by the fact, but I still had fun talking and laughing with them. I guess it's for the best. What Dio said has been sticking in the back of my mind. I hope you two aren't doing anything inappropriate. I think it's been bothering Jonathan too. We still had our morning meetings, but we both seem more subdued now. Does that mean what we had been doing was flirting? It didn't feel like it. Our banter had always felt natural, lighthearted. So what was wrong with that? All right, class, if you want to get in the water, don't go too deep, and make sure you have someone with you. Make sure you stay safe and have fun. A few cheers, and there's a few cheers, and everyone disperses into little groups along the shoreline. I'm left standing with Jonathan. Are you gonna swim, Suzuki? Nah, it's not really my thing. Yeah, me neither. I look at his outfit. Not gonna lie, I was hoping to kind of see Jonathan in some shorts, having his shirt off, hoping for too much. But shorts seemed like a reasonable expectation. Excitation. Blah, 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 blah. He's still in his normal everyday clothes. Are you gonna change? Jonathan looks down at himself and frowns. I haven't planned on it, but I guess my outfit is a bit stiff for the beach thing. Just a little. Jonathan puckers his lips in thought. He grabs his shirt and pulls it from his pants. Better? You're getting there. He opens the top of his shirt. How about now? Oh! Now we're talking! We both share a laugh and look out to the water as we sober up. So what do you have planned for today? I sling my bag off my shoulder and rifle through it briefly. I pull out a book and Jonathan had given me earlier that week. I'm going to continue to unravel the adventures of Odd Thomas while basking in the sun. Jonathan nods to his bag on the ground. I had the same idea. Sunshine and reading is a good combination, don't you think? I'm getting text messages. Give me a second. I know I shouldn't be distracted and I'm streaming, but that's amazing. I love my friend group. Anyways, I had the same idea. Sunshine and reading is the best combination, don't you think? We both busy ourselves with setting up our spot. I had brought 2 beach towels, but Jonathan thumped me and brought two foldable reclining chairs. It seems we both had intentions of spending the trip together. I think about dates again. Jonathan seems to notice my expression grow gloomy. Are we doing Jonathan's route? Is everything... Wait a second. Because we're supposed to talk with Jolene after. Oh god, I think I'm doing Jonathan's route by accident. Yeah, because we're supposed to talk to Jolene. Wait a goddamn minute. We've been doing Jonathan's route. We've been doing Jonah's route. Okay, give me a second here. Edit. I thought I was doing his route. Okay. Okay, I had one viewer at a point in time. Wow. Okay. Okay. Is everything alright, Shizuki? I forced a cheery smile. Yeah, I was just zoning out a bit. He hummed suspiciously, but doesn't press the matter. I have to fight with the wind a bit, but I get the umbrella to open and plant it in the sand between our chairs. Perfect. I look down at our little spot and think about his sediment. This is really perfect. Yeah, cause I'm still okay, I'm still a little um I'm still a little like what do we do here? But yeah. I've been streaming 41 minutes. Jesus. These routes are long. Um, a good book, a good spot, a good friend. What could be better than this? It makes me feel guilty. There it is again. That face, huh? You keep pulling a really sad face. It's nothing, really. I waved to you. Been ignored by my sister. Jonathan looks at me with those kind eyes, only making me feel worse. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I like to consider us friends. I consider us friends too. Friends who tell each other something when something is bothering them. That I'm not saying you have to, but I don't like seeing you sad. If you need to talk, I'm here to lend an ear. Ugh, this situation is a mess. All because I overthink things too much. I take a deep breath. Why is this bothering me so much, anyways? If there wasn't some thread of truth, is it? I'd be able to shrug it off with no problem. But the fact of the matter was, I, I did feel something for Jonathan. Think I think anyone in the right mind would feel something for him. He's a wonderful guy. It's not a crush exactly, but I can tell what we grow. But I can tell that if we keep going on this, it will definitely grow into one, and that it could be a real disaster. For my feelings, if Jonathan doesn't feel the same way, or for his career, if he does, it's a real lose-lose situation. Jonathan has been waiting patiently for me to speak up. I decided to tell him what's eating at me. It's about the principal, your brother. Oh. Is it what it was said the other month? It's been months! It's been months! I'm opening Discord real fast. You know what? Let me see if I can get that window. Fuck. That window capture to work. It doesn't seem to want to work. Oh, there we go. Aha! I figured it out! Not really. Fuck. Display capture can close. This can go on top. There we go. I can zoom this in a little bit more. Oh god, I'm moving my whole set. Oh god, I'm moving my game capture. I need window capture. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I fixed it. Okay. Yeah. Jonathan is silent for a long moment. I haven't made you uncomfortable, have I? No, it's nothing like that. God, I should have kept my mouth shut. This is just too awkward. It's just, I don't want you getting in trouble or having people talking because I'm always bothering you, you know? There's nothing wrong with what you just said. I can read. He puts out his hand and counts them off. What we're doing is not wrong, and so I won't get in trouble. If people start talking, we both know it's completely fictitious It's not even fictitious. I'm not gonna. And you most definitely are not bothering me. Jonathan smiles. Dio likes to say things to get under my skin, so I'm used to him making remarks along those lines. I hadn't stopped to consider that his words might have affected you. I apologize. You don't have to apologize. I was just thinking too much into it. My mind could rather overreact at times too, so I understand. He gestures to the chair. Shall we? We settle with our books, and I feel a lot better now that we've talked. My shoulders definitely feel a lot lighter. Oh my gosh, he looks adorable! Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Fuck. Why do I have this open? Wait, I have that open for a reason. I read a few pages. The story's in the thick of it. I'm having a hard time trying to keep my eyes on the words. They keep wandering over to Jonathan. He looks relaxed and happy. And beautiful, but that's beside the point. My heart. It's just... He smiles at me. What? Oops. Busted. I pointedly look down at my book. Nothing. You keep on staring. Do I have something on my face? Nah, it's nothing like that. I'm just... Ooh. I'm really happy. I'm admiring the view. I want to say that. Because I'm pretty sure with Joseph's route that I did like an hour ago, I got the sad ending. No, I'm gonna quickly... No, wait, I need to... I'm gonna look at this real fast. Oh, it doesn't have Giorno in this. This kind of sucks. That's not what I needed. Of course it gets deleted because it's Tumblr. Fuck, it doesn't tell me. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I got, Joseph's bad ending, which is really sad. Because I love dating sims. I played the Arcana, Mystic Messenger. Well, I didn't finish Mystic Messenger. I'm almost done with the Arcana, actually, with all routes. But, God, like, it sucks that there's bad endings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a bad ending because I'm pretty sure Joseph would have stayed. Oh my god. Okay. It says I have one viewer. I wish I knew who that one viewer was. Okay, I'm admiring the view. Oh god. I made things uncomfortable. Jonathan stands abruptly, obviously uncomfortable. That's inappropriate, Shizuki. Oh man, I goofed hard. Listen, Jonathan, it's Mr. Jonathan. Oh god. Let's go back. We want a happy ending. I'm really happy. We're gonna pretend that never happened. I don't want to go down that route. I want to stay cool with Jonathan. We're not doing this. Jonathan takes in a big breath and lets it out with a content hum. I know how you feel. I can't remember ever feeling so at ease. It's a nice feeling. What the fuck? It really is. I'm quiet a few moments later, eternally debating if I should say what's on the tip of my tongue. Hell, I might as well. Spending time with me always makes me feel at ease. That's what I was gonna say. Spending time with you always makes me feel at ease. I guess it's just the effect you have on people. Jonathan lets out a joyful bubble of laughter. You can't say it's my effect because I feel the same way about you. Damn, I'm sweating. I blame the sun. Obviously, it's the sun, right? Jonathan gives me a smile before going back to his book. I turn back to my own story. I'm more mindful to keep my eyes to myself. ... I'm nearly dozing off when Jonathan stands up and stretches. I should probably check on all my students, make sure they're not poking sharks or eating sand. Yeah, those sound like some things some of them would do. Jonathan laughs and gives me a wave before heading down to the beach. I watch him go, a smile plastered on my face. God, he makes me happy. I lean back in my chair and read more. I read about 10 pages and Jonathan hasn't returned. I cover my brow with my hand and squint along the shoreline. It doesn't take long to spot Jonathan's large form. He's quite a ways down the beach with Joseph and Caesar. There's a net between the boys, and I watch as Joseph spikes a volleyball over it. Jonathan is damn near a blur as he ducks to bop it in the air with a quick save. Caesar is quick to return it just as fast. The three of them are intense to watch. The energy is nonstop, and the hits are relentless. Joseph takes a killer dive that kicks a blast of sand. Oh. I close my book with them going out like Olympians. Olympians? I think. I know I won't be getting any reading done. As the exchange continues, a few students gather around and cheer for different sides. I stay in my chair, but I can't help but give a little fist pump every time Jonathan scores. Aww. The game goes on for a while. Both sides are covered in sand, breathing heavily. In the end, Jonathan's court side has the most cheering fans, and his score is bloated well beyond Joseph and Caesar's. I can't hear the exact words that are being said, but Joseph's spirited tone floated to me on the ocean breeze. Watching their body language, I can see that the game is being called, but Joseph didn't want to quit until his team pulls ahead. Give it up, buddy. Jonathan is a powerhouse that won't be taken down that easily. Fuck. I still have one viewer. I keep on checking my viewer count. I'm sorry. Jonathan raises his voice to say something to the students, but I can't hear it. Judging by the responding slumped shoulders and the way the crowd disbands along the beach to pick up the belongings, I'd say it was time to go home. It was a time to go home announcement. I get up from my chair and start packing everything away. I'm nearly done when Jonathan makes his way over. Oh, thank you for getting everything together, Shizuki. No problem. I pull out a water bottle and toss it to him. That was an impressive game. Jonathan twists the cap off and nearly downs the whole bottle in a few gulps. Jesus Christ, Johnny. Johnny? I hate myself. He wipes his mouth and smiles. You were watching? It was hard not to. You totally kicked their butts. Yeah, I kind of did. Didn't I? Gosh, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow, though. I haven't moved like that since my rugby days in college. Jonathan used to play rugby. Excuse me? I thought he used to play football! With a body like that, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Make sure to take a hot bath tonight to keep your muscles loose. That sounds nice about it. Does sound nice about now. But I gotta finish this. Speaking of home, he lifts his bag onto his shoulder. Time to wrangle up the rascal to catch the train. I follow suit and follow. Why can I not read? I follow suit and pick up my things. As much as I love the beach, I'm not looking forward to tracking all this in my sand to my house. I'm about to turn and head back to the road, but Jonathan stops me with a gentle touch on my shoulder. Shizuki? The casual yet timid touch makes my heart splunder. Thank you for joining our class. I had a lot of fun with you today. I had a lot of fun too. He takes off the... Oh, I should have saved it that... Oh my god. Okay, never mind. He takes off down the beach to collect his class. My throat feels tight and my hands are sweating like crazy. I don't know why, but Jonathan makes me nervous in the best way. July. That's what it says. It's saying the months. Sports aren't my thing at all. It's loud and cramped, and as I weave around people in search of Jonathan, our team scores. Everyone jumps to their feet at once, nearly giving me a heart attack. I stand still amongst the cheering students and parents, waiting for that just I don't know why that reminds me that I should text a certain someone. Where is Snapchat? Dot. Okay, the coast is clear. I start wheedling through again. Careful not to step on any toes. There he is. Wow. He's really into this. Oh my god, look how happy he is. Even though everyone else had taken a seat, he's still standing at the railing cheering his heart out. I can't help but smile and watch him. He really does love the school, doesn't he? Hey, get out of the way. Oops. I scurry along, not taking my eyes off Jonathan. When I'm a few feet away, he sees me and waves over. Shizuki, you made it. I'd be honest, I heavily debated whether to show up or not. If it was anyone other than Jonathan who had asked me to come, I would have flatly refused. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. You said this was the last game of the season, right? Right. We didn't make it to any of the big league games, but we've still had a hell of a season. I can say words. Sorry. Well, Jonathan, the prim and proper teacher, just dropped the H word. I'm sorry. I say H. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, headphone users. He's really cutting it loose tonight. So, are we winning? Not exactly. But the boys are really giving it all they got, and that's what's important. I turned my attention to the field just in time to see one of the football players trip over their own cleats. Two of the nearby fellow players grab him by his jersey and hoist him up. Well, they may not be the most coordinated, but they do seem to have good... Not going to attempt that. Some things are more important than winning, honestly. We both turn our attention toward the field as players on both sides line up. There was a brief moment of peace before both sides begin running like maniacs. The ball zooms from hand to hand in a flurry motion that I can hardly keep up with. I don't know what's going on, but the fact that the ball is with the other team probably isn't good. No, it isn't. Suddenly, one of our guys rushes forward. He's hot on the trail of the enemy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Our guy stumbles a bit, but only falters for a second before picking up his pace. I recognize the jersey number. It's the player who had tripped on the sidelines just a minute before the match started. Or the set started. Whatever the football thing was called. The point is, I'm rooting for the guy. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. We both start yelling encouragement together as loud as we can. You can do it. You can do it. He's pumping his legs like crazy, but there's still 2 feet between them. Just then he dives at the enemy, wraps him in a big bear hug. Their legs tangle together as they both topple to the ground. Yes, great job. Everyone around us cheers so loud that it feels like I'm gonna go deaf. I hardly notice though, because I'm yelling too. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I don't really understand football, but I know we didn't make a touchdown. But we're all just happy because the other team didn't make it one either. It's the little victories, I suppose. After all the shouting, my mouth is pretty dry. It's not a pressing matter, but the cheering and all the movement is starting to stress me out. I need to reprieve from all the noise. I tap Jonathan on the shoulder, and I have to raise my voice to be heard over the ruckus. I'm gonna go get a drink. Do you want anything? What? I'm going to get a drink. Do you want anything? I'm okay. I'll fill you in if anything happens. What? He waves. I'm good. I wave back before weaving my way out of the bleachers. Geez, the concession stand line is insane. I take my place at the back of the line and I try to tone out all the chaos, but it's not easy. The people in front of me are rowdy and loud. I bear with it for a while, but then the line hasn't moved. Then I bumped in for another umpteenth time, and I decided to just take a walk. This is so much better. I can still hear the distant clash of helmets and the roar of clouds, but now I know it's distant and like a dream. I hope Jonathan isn't worrying about my absence. He's probably too caught up in the game to notice. I take a seat at the edge of the fountain and close my eyes. Ah, blessed silence. Well, semi-silence. Are you here for the football game? Oh, shit. Yeah, I am. Well, I'm sorry to inform you that you're in the wrong place. He points to the direction of the football field. It's that way. It's obvious he's being patronizing. It makes my cheeks burn and my fist clench. Thank you. He arches an eyebrow. Sir. He smiles and I notice his teeth are gleaming with the low light, giving him a particularly sinister air. Wait, I recognize you. You're the student that has been glued to JoJo's side for the past few months. I'm not sure how to respond to that, so that I don't. He seems more happy to talk for the both of us. He seems particularly taken with you. He's always had a weeping heart, but I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. What are you trying to say? Dio steps in closer, spreading a grin. Now, there's no need for a hostile tone. We're just having a conversation. But I've become more painfully aware that I'm alone with the guy. The distant sound of the game seems so far away. You were sent here for a little incident after school. I read your file. There's so many students at Ginku, so it strikes me so odd why he would take the time to remember why I came here. Or maybe he's bluffing, and I don't really want to find out if he's the latter. I can read. I'm having a stroke. I'm legit having a stroke, and I'm being slightly ignored. Are there new selfies on fucking... There's new selfies on fucking... Yes! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting like so caught up in this. Probably because I actually like the selfies in this. Mm. Okay, I need to change my selfie anyways. Um, Problem child, unlike the other students here. So what exactly has JoJo found in you? Another step closer. Now he's towering me with his wicked smile still on his face. That's exactly what it said. He lifts his hand for a second. I think he's going to strike me. Instead, a long nail presses under my skin, urging my head upwards. I suppose your face isn't that bad after. I suppose your face isn't all that bad. He bends. He bends the waist, bringing our faces forward, really close. I hop on my feet so fast that Dio has to backpedal to stop from tumbling over. Oh, I left my stove on. Dio looks confused, which is what I was going for. I hightail towards the football field. I don't even care that my Condurex excuse. Oh God, I'm having a stroke. My excuse to leave. I just know that the guy is bad news, and I don't want to be any part of it. I look behind myself. He's just standing there watching me go. What a creep. I'm out of breath when I finally get back. I'm sweating too, but that's more because I feel like I just dodged some sort of bullet. Hey, where's your drink? Oh, I already downed that sucker. I was thirstier than I thought. Jonathan's face had been bright and happy, but as he looks at me, concern clouds his expression. Are you okay? Did something happen? Just then, something exciting must have happened. Everyone stands to their feet and cheers. This is my last chance to smile and shake my head. Jonathan doesn't look entirely convinced. So I turn my head towards the field and start chilling with everyone else. I can still feel his eyes on me, but after a while, he turns back to the. I'm fine. He turns back to the game. Um. I was gonna do something, but then I forgot. We lost. In the hour that I have been there, our team hasn't managed to score a single time. The other team thoroughly served us. That doesn't stop any of us from cheering at the teams at the line up shake hands, though. I did not read that correctly. Still one fewer. I keep looking at it. I'm sorry. Um, People start to filter off the bleachers. Jonathan doesn't make a move to leave, so I stay with him. Did you have fun? I did, actually. He sounds surprised. I'm not really a sporty kind of person, but I can't deny that the energy is pretty contagious. It is, isn't it? Okay. That's actually not a lie. So I went to this soccer game in Michigan, and I was not a fan. Like, I'm still not a fan of sports, but I went ahead and it was like the last few minutes of the game, and there was the goalkeeper. She had a really bad hurt knee. Her name was Riley, I think it was, and she went ahead and as the ball was being kicked, it got really high in the air. So she jumped and grabbed it and threw it away. And even with a bad knee, like she jumped really high and grabbed that fucking ball. And it's so weird I now just remembered this. And even I like stood up and screamed, like cheered on her. Like I don't know why I did that, but like it's pretty contagious. I'm getting texts. Okay. We were quiet as the spectators slowly filtered out. I don't think either of us were ready to leave. Oh, I hope they aren't closed. I'll be right back. What was he worried about closing? I took a seat on the now empty bleachers. Tonight's nice. It's a little warm, but a cool breeze is blowing that makes it the temperature just right. Oh, I love those nights. I kind of wish the night could last forever. Screaming along with Jonathan, the sound of clashing helmets and cheers. Yeah, tonight was an absolute best. I returned with refreshments. He handed me a can of Coke. Diet. I'm diabetic. I'm a diet-betic. That's a bad joke. Oh, God. Just give me a second. Snapchat's just... I'm a diabetic. I fucking hate that so much. He hands me a can of Coke before cracking open his own. Thanks, Jonathan. Stay in my fucking ear, bud. Thanks, Jonathan. Nothing's more satisfying than a Coke after a game. We both take a long drink. He's right. Ah, refreshing. We both look out into the field. We're the only ones left. It's almost unsettling how quiet it is, but Jonathan by my side, the silence is nice, comforting even. So, earlier when you went to get the drink, oof, I thought he had forgotten. But truth be told, the weird incident had been pushed from my mind, or accurately, I wanted it to be pushed from my mind. Jonathan had that sort of sway over me, making me forget my worries and uneasiness. You were gone for a long time. When you came back, you look a little unsettled. Did something happen?
Max, is that Jonathan Joestar in a fucking football uniform?
I'm not low, I swear! I've been just stuck at 80. Okay, hear me out. I'm playing a Joestar dating simulator live on my channel right now, so... And I'm stuck on the decision. So... God damn it! Fuck. What do I do? What do I do? I don't even have the music on for you guys, so it's just my voice. I just realized that. Do I tell him? Okay, so how do you tell someone? Fuck, I should not have done that.
Ma'am, you didn't even answer me. Is it or is it not?
Yes. Yes, it is. Look at his face. And I'm stuck. Fuck. I get too into these games. What do I do? No, just to avoid this real fast, I'm gonna check my stream. Yep, stream's looking good. Still one viewer. Fuck. So stuck. 'Cause I don't want Jonathan to get mad at Dio, but then again I also do. But then again, I also don't want to lie to Jonathan. You know what? It would be... Let me do some explaining first. So basically, like earlier in the thing, Dio tried kissing the character, and the character obviously ran, and Jonathan's now worried, and I don't know if I should lie to him or tell him the truth. I'm leaning towards telling him the truth because I don't want to lie to poor Jonna. But then again, it's also like, bro, this is your brother who just tried to fucking like kiss the character. So I don't know. Shit. Fuck, I don't know. Let's see what Kat says. Tell him. Okay. We're telling him. I take a deep breath. My heart is thundering all of a sudden. Need to be serious. God. Okay, my heart is thundering all of a sudden. God damn it. Thinking back to the bizarre interaction I had. Yes, something did happen. Yeah, something did happen. Jonathan immediately looks worried. I'm so quick to put him at ease. It wasn't anything bad, it was just weird. I tell him about the encounter. I'm tempted to leave out some of the details, like what Dio said about mine and Jonathan's relationship, but I decided to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. When I'm done, Jonathan looks not happy. I can't believe him. Why does he have to do this to me? To you? Jonathan shakes his head, clearly agitated. He knew you would tell me this, but from your story, I know he wasn't planning to. Well, to bother you more, it just pisses me off. I have a feeling he knows. I have a feeling he knows how he was planning to bother me. I kind of have a suspicion I know what it is too. But why? I don't really know why. I just know he is. If I have something nice, he wants to ruin it by any way. He wants to ruin it any way he can. That's what he's always done. What Jonathan tells me breaks my heart, but at the same time I feel a little happy. He considers what we have together is something nice. I'm sorry, Jonathan. That's really messed up that he would treat you like that. Nothing to be sorry about. It's just the way things are. I always have to be on my toes around him. He certainly makes sure that I can stay that way. You know that he got the principal position after I became a teacher, right? I know he did it just so it can make me miserable. Damn, that's dedication. That made Jonathan laugh. A hearty, full-hearted laugh that makes the tension melt from the situation. He sobers up and looks at me. I'm sorry you got caught up in this mess. Hey, what are friends for? A prick like Dio doesn't have the power to scare me away from you. Jonathan gives me a smile that can melt even the coldest heart. Shizuki, thank you for sticking by me. Aww. So, I glance at him and he gives me a smile. You said earlier that you're not into sports, yeah? Why did you tell me that when I invited you? I kind of feel bad that I dragged you out here. I didn't even ask if you were into these sorts of things. I pondered the question. Why exactly didn't I tell him? There's a few reasons that come to mind, like the fact that I had nothing better to do tonight, or because I didn't want to hurt his feelings after what he had went through the trouble of inviting me. But those reasons were why I had come to agree. I wanted to spend time with you. I blurted out on a whisper before I can stop myself. A pretty ballsy move, I must say, but I don't regret it. I quickly think about how Jonathan would react to the confession, but I say with certainty that I would never have protected the laugh he gives. Haha. The noise echoes through the empty football field and it makes my cheeks burn. What's so funny? I'm serious. Jonathan grins and... Oh my god! Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm really happy. Oh my god, my other friend group is just sending me messages, and it's just amazing. Jonathan grins and shakes his head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you by that. It's just he gives another laugh. Oh my god. Everyone's saying I'm proud of you. But this one is softer. I was so nervous when I asked you to come tonight. I rehearsed it again and again in my head, and in the end, you didn't even want to go. I was about to object, but Jonathan continues in a tender tone. But you showed up anyways because you wanted to spend time with me. He looks up at the sky, a smile still plastered on his face. Such a simple thing, so incredibly sweet. Thank you, Shizuki. Aww. I wasn't expecting this at all. I had no idea what to say or how to react. I play it safe and take a sip from the can. I got a question for you too, and what's that? You said you were nervous to ask me to come out tonight. Why? Jonathan blinks slowly at an unmistakable blush rises to his cheeks. Well, you see, he shuffles onto his feet and lowers his voice a bit to the point it's almost inaudible to... Even in the silence. I wanted to spend time with you too. The silence between us is deafening. My breath feels like it's trapped in my throat, and I suddenly feel light. I might drift away in the night breeze. Does that make me a bad person? His face, which had been glowing, slightly dims. I don't know why his face is crumbling into a look of despair. Why would that make you a bad person? He looks like he's on the verge of tears. His voice wavers a bit as he speaks. Okay, you know a man likes you or trusts you enough when they cry in front of you. You know they're like you just know. Like that is a tell. Like, you're my student and I'm your teacher. Oh, but when we're alone and laughing, spending time together, his voice is riding in cracks on the last word, prompting him to snap his mouth close and swallow. He doesn't have to finish what he's saying for me to understand. I know where he's getting at. I swallow too. Listen, this is really scary territory, and I think we both know that. But I'm 18, and I know that doesn't make it right, but I'll be graduating soon. Oh my god! I'm not saying we shouldn't jump anything, but in a few months we could both still feel this connection. Who knows? Jonathan wipes his eyes before putting a brave smile. I'm sorry about all this. He laughs, but this time it's humorless. I can't believe I fell for one of my This is insane. Or unorthodox. I know that's... But knowing that you feel the same way, I can't remember even feeling so happy. The silence blankets between us once more. We stare into each other with a handful of seconds before Jonathan sighs. If you still feel the same way in a few months, like you said, who knows? The two words forming in a single question, even enough makes my stomach flutter. Aww. Later. Oh gosh, I feel really out of place. Oh my god, my pump's falling. This place is pretty high end. I mean, it was to be expected, but being here is an experience. I feel pretty out of place. Luckily, I spot Jonathan. Seems he got here early too. Oh my god! Unlike me, he seems completely in his element here. Wow, you look really good. I give him a set of my best finger guns. Thank you very much. Jonathan just shakes his head good-naturedly at my antics. I lightly punch him in the arm. Let's go get our seats. He nods his agreement, and we both set off towards the theater. Oh, are we at a movie theater? It's pretty dark in here. I think our seats are this way. We make our way up the aisle, and it seems the seats are pretty far from the stage. I'm not particularly bothered by it, and Jonathan doesn't seem to be either. Here we are. He holds his hand out to help me into the row. I take it with a blushing with a light brush crawling to my cheeks. I get his whole shitik is to be the knight in shining armor, but I find it a little embarrassing sometimes. I let go of his hand as soon as I make my way to my seat before turning up my nose in exaggerated snootiness. Yes, I suppose this will do. That's what I imagine the voice to be. Jonathan smiles, but I can tell he's doing his best to be polite. I'm kidding, these seats are pretty good. I know. He takes the seat next to me. Oh, that looks like Arena. No, wait, that's Yukako. And that's Koichi. That's Polnareff. That's Abdul. Is that Cars? It looks like Cars, okay? Where's that, what's his face? Icy shit. Not icy shit, but a heavy silence grows between us. We both opt to watch people as people filter into the theater instead of alleviating the awkward atmosphere between us. We both been seeing each other on and off for a month. Before I graduated, I really thought the two of us would end up in a fairy tale relationship. But now we're still good friends, and it's hard to... But it's like we're out of sync with each other. It's a weird feeling. The murmuring and the theater dies off as the curtain rose up for the stage. I was expecting it to be like the movies, but there was a single chick on the stage in a fancy dress, belting out some words I don't understand. Inside of the stage, being decorated like a rocky keg, a man in period clothing is rowing an imaginary boat. Huh, that's cool, I guess. I try to let myself go into the world of actors and stagehands have work to build, but it's hard. Every new twist and turn doesn't make sense to me. How can William Shakespeare? How can it? I don't speak German. Oh, it's not William Shakespeare. But at the Beast, it's very entertaining to watch. I yawned and stretched my arms. Stand up was a long play. Did you like it? Yeah, it was interesting. I like the big monster. Jonathan laughs. They did a really good job recreating the serpent, I agree. We both look at each other as we both go quiet. Am I supposed to kiss it? Oh my god. Is that what people usually do at the end of a date? I'm not really feeling it though. I don't think he feels it either. Well, thanks for taking me out. I'll pick up the next bill. Yeah, sure thing. There was another awkward silence. Well, I need to be headed home. I'll give you a call sometime. Yeah, I'll see you around. Get home safely. You too. I give him a wave and we part ways. Did I get the bad ending? After this, I don't think I'll be calling them, and Jonathan knows it too. There's just no chemistry between us. It sucks because Jonathan is a really great guy. He's just not the guy for me. Oh. Damn. My god. Did I get another bad ending? Jonathan too, Jonathan. Oh, I was missing one from Jonathan. Damn. I don't exactly know what I have to do for Jotaro. Because originally for this I was going for Jotaro. But I may have to watch a little bit of that video to see like what I would have to do. But anyways, fuck. That's just, I think Jonathan's was more depressing than fucking Joseph's. There's just no chemistry between us. That's a horrible thing to say. Shit. Oh my god. I need to get a light for up here. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll go ahead and, yeah, it's only 7. I'll go ahead, try to do another route. I may show you guys Josuke's, because Josuke's is a really easy one to do, and it's not that long per se. But I'm gonna go ahead, try to do the last 2 routes. Then I'm gonna figure out how to do the happy endings, because I'm pretty sure I got the depressing endings. But anyways, thank you for watching. I will be back in a few minutes. I have to go eat. I have to make sure I don't die, and I have to make sure how to I have to make sure how to get happy endings and Jotaro's